Okay, there we go. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. So, we're in part three, and I had to do stuff yesterday on the last video. So, right now, we'll continue on. I found the bunker of a pep prepper family. So, let's get started. It's by Pete Creep Podcast. Remember to subscribe to our channel and like the video.
Maybe it is Cloverfield Lane, and I'm forgetting. What
mine is
just
like. When I hear like bunker, it just whatever the first thing that pops up, I feel like it just sticks. And to me, as soon as you said bunker, I was even picturing the doctor kind of looks like John Goodman. It's it's like just like kind of like it's building that kind of visual in my head. Not saying it's just one for one,
close.
But yeah,
this is pretty close to what I was thinking of. Yeah. Daniel wandered over to the camera, and with a grin, he lifted it from the tripod and scanned the dinner table. I saw and nearly made me drop my torch. His family were long dead. Gaunt faces, missing noses, lips that had receded to reveal awful grins.
Oh.
These were corpses, plain as day, even when viewed through such a low-resolution image.
So they finally found the bodies.
The only thing that made them seem remotely alive was the way their eyes still reflected the infrared back so that they glowed in the dark. And yet Daniel seemed oblivious to it all. Tousled Elliot's hair, kissed his wife on the cheek, ran a hand across one young girl's shoulder. Even picked the young Alexander up from his high chair, and I assume he coddled him. I don't know for sure because I looked away, unwilling to see the poor boy up close. Eyes averted from the screen.
TV. I don't think they found
I
bodies.
helped pan my torch across the same dinner table and shiver as I finally realized what all those stains were. Not quite blood, but close. Liquefying flesh.
Ugh.
Left alone for months,
Christ.
Daniel had not
What do you do to create liquefied flesh?
put his family's
This is like SCP all over again.
bodies to rest. Instead, he had moved them around from place to place, puppeted them, living life as if nothing had really changed. Looking at where those stains had settled, I saw a clear pattern emerge. He had put them to bed. He had set them dinner. He had propped them up to watch TV or gave them their favorite books. They even sat there as lifeless husks while Daniel waited for them to complete a jigsaw. The idea horrified me to my core.
Back to work. It's obviously not a part of the original designs. No room on the other side. None of the blueprints. Elliot didn't believe me, and why wouldn't he? And why would he? I've made every inch of this place, but I had not installed that door in the storage on the bottom level. I checked the cameras and some of the photos I took during the build, and the walls is just blank. But the door is there now, and it must lead somewhere. I don't know when or why it opens, but it does. And the next time, I'll be
Very
ready,
ominous.
because I have to know what's on the other side. And why?
Okay, what door is he talking about? Is there like a door that he built, but it wasn't designed to open, but close? Well, I mean, it was designed to open, but it was quite obvious. Anyways, all I'm saying is, who's opening that door?
did this to us. Alone down here, often all asleep at once. Anything could have slit our throats and been done with it. But it didn't. It took its time. I have to know why. It took our radios and computers and phones, one by one.
What?
None of us noticing until it was far too late. I kept telling the kids they need to take better care of their things, and even as they complained, I just assumed the phones were lying behind some shelf. Where else could they go in a locked bunker? But it wasn't the children at all. Looking back, there are so many signs. Who kept taking away the lights? Who kept draining the batteries in our torches? How long did we live with it before we finally realized we weren't alone? Was it here every step of the way? The door out of nothing that leads to nowhere. At least most of the time. Because I know for a fact it does not always open onto a blank wall. There is something behind it. I can hear it shuffling around in there. Wet breath rattling in its lungs. A horrible sound I hear roaming these halls when it thinks I'm asleep.
Bro, this goes so hard.
Oh my god. No. Why?
It's cool because showed up in the bunker.
Yeah,
Bro.
it's weird. It's weird because I don't know if I can trust him. Like I really don't know if I believe Daniel in this deal. Because also we have to consider too, he brought his family down and locked them in this bunker.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Yeah. Like they kind of like you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
Maybe there was an end of the world coming, but like it was prevented somehow because of this.
I'm not sure. I mean, there is all the calculations and stuff, but now it seems like it is like this kind of House of Leaves. Like, how did this get here? Like, I did not put this here, and I'm wondering if that's also some of what his research on the walls, like the cave painting.
That does read kind of House of Leaves, doesn't it? The whole
well,
like
just the fascination of like
what does the door do? Yeah.
Will this one is much more obvious, but
Will Navidson didn't go insane. I mean, he was obsessed with the door, but he didn't go insane because of it like this one did. Maybe he's not insane per se. Maybe he thinks his family's still alive. Maybe he's more.
I think he believes they're dead. I mean, that's why he's also like, that's why they came in and did what they did to us. I think that he knows that this thing is there. I think he's just like,
he's aware his family's dead, but he's still playing puppet with them. And stuff.
Yes, exactly.
I could see that. Who kept taking away the lights? Who kept draining the batteries? That's man, the idea of being in a bunker and there's like a shadow there, an extra thing in there with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like a shadow that has just only eyes and terrifying glowing teeth, pure white teeth.
That makes the writing from earlier make sense too. 5 doors, not 6, not 6 doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What was the other thing he said in the midst of that? He was like 5 doors, not 6, and then he said, "Didn't make it, didn't make it."
Yeah, which is just him. What he said here, he's like, "I definitely did not put that in."
Oh, I didn't make the 6th door. Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay.
I listened to Daniel, fascinated by this strangely compelling rant. When movement caught my eye, an infrared camera running in the dark.
What?
Its image, a rolling mess of uniform noise. What was it I'd seen? I paused the tape and rewound. Squinting, I saw 2 pinpricks of light in the darkness just over Daniel's shoulder. Slowly, the image resolved itself in my mind. I knew what I was seeing, and it turned my blood to ice. Miranda Vance had turned her head, and her lifeless eyes closed as she fixed them on the back of Daniel's head.
Oh my God. Not even any point leaving at this stage.
I'm no doctor, but that door is giving off enough radiation to kill a family of 7. If none of us had touched it, being in the same...
Oh God, someone did brought a nuclear radiated item with them inside the bunker. Or just a radiated item. The real question is how they got there.
It was risky, but not lethal. But given how sick we've become, it's pretty obvious our curiosity got the better of us. One by one, and we all got too close. Or maybe not. Maybe that thing on the other side came through and did this. I don't even... Wait. What was that?
Daniel turned, the camera stopped recording. The image it froze on was of a lone man, bright as a star in the camera's lens, facing off against unknowable darkness, broken only by 6 pairs of white, glowing eyes.
Good God.
Bro. That's so good.
So, by the way,
the implication that his family's possessed by something, or they're still alive in the rotting bodies?
I'm not sure. I mean, like it could be a thing of radiation poisoning or something, and like something radioactive is getting them. But 100%, 1,000,000%, the family is going to crawl out of that 6 fucking door. Like they took the dog, and they're going to get our protagonist.
He's calling it right now. He literally is calling it.
Yeah. Well, bye, Ripley. You were a good dog. I'll miss you dearly. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm glad I got to know you when I did. But you're the...
Also, it makes sense too why the cops aren't going back is because it's a fucking it's a radioactive mess.
The police were like, no.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. No. I became painfully aware of my position relative to the table, and I had the painful premonition that if I turned, those chairs would not be empty. I would see the Vances, all of them, Daniel as well, waiting for me. Heads turned. Bodies left to rot for years in the dark. Behind me, something shifted. It breathed. Loud. quick. I knew what it was. I knew. It came at me so fast that when I felt something hot and wet touch my hand, I screamed, only for the presence to suddenly recoil. But then without hesitation, it leapt at me and bore me to the ground.
Oh
I
God!
wept as
What the
Ripley
heck
licked
is
my
that?
face.
Oh,
Oh.
it's just
He was
Ripley.
shivering
Thank God.
and, worst of all, silent, which was not normal. He was not a quiet dog, not when greeting me and not when excited like he was now. But whatever he'd seen down here, he clung to me and dug his paws into my shoulders like he wanted to be cradled over the shoulder, something he had been too big to do for years.
You fucking idiot.
I cooed in a soft whisper, and even in the dark, I could feel his tail wagging. Joking aside, I felt nothing but relief at finding him.
Let's get the hell out of here.
I picked him up, straining a little under.
Whatever that dog saw might not be good. That dog might be traumatized beyond belief. I'm being serious. What did that dog even see? They saw that entity or whatever is living in the basement. I mean, it's an entity, but still, what does it even look like?
Weight, but refusing to give in to tired muscles, made for the ladder. It wasn't easy climbing the 3 or 4 rungs to the hatch, but I managed it and gave the hatch a shove. First one hand, then two. Again and again with everything I had, but still the hatch refused to budge.
Shit.
I cried while pounding at it with my fist, but all I achieved was a sore wrist. The hatch had jammed when, somehow, the handle had been snapped clean off.
What?
Now I'd need a pair of pliers or something to cut through the metal bar, locking it shut. My fingers could
This man is trapped in the bunker. That's not good.
move it, nor could I brute force the hatch open. The metal bar was an inch thick, and at the very least, I need some tools to get at it from the side. At least it's fixable, I thought as I climbed back down and caught my breath. On one wall, I noticed a simple diagram of the bunker made in chalk. It had 3 floors. The bottom was storage, Daniel mentioned that before, and I noticed that he had drawn through it with a large red X, and the top floor was labeled quarters, where I stood now. But the middle floor was labeled workshops, and it was there I realized that I'd find what I needed. There was one door that opened onto a concrete stairwell, and standing at the top, I shone my light down the spiraling guardrails, unsure of what it was I hoped to see. There were only harsh shadows and the sense of something foul rising up in the air. A smell that tickled my throat and burned a little in my lungs. Had the police even gone down this far? Had they seen what I'd seen on the TV and just left? Somehow I thought it was unlikely that it had been enough to...
Actually, I think whatever spooked the police, like the missing bodies or whatever, might be in the 6th door. Like whatever is in that bunker. Could be very dangerous, but I suspect they can't leave the bunker because it's somehow trapped in it.
in the entire sheriff's department running.
I'm gonna slap you. Please, let me
Old
free.
Spice gentlemen.
Let me be free.
Guess I've always been a
Please.
gentleman.
So was it something else that had done it? Something that had been enough to terrify dozens of armed men? Something that was almost definitely down there. The door went down quietly. At first, I considered leaving Ripley behind, but after losing him the first time, I decided I'd rather risk it just to know he was right next to me. Besides, he was being quieter than I was, and I didn't feel...
So, we're in 1 hour and 10 minutes, and it's 11:43. So, I'm gonna leave this episode here for now. So, thank you all so much for watching. This is getting interesting. I hope that the last part will be part 4, and I want to finish this entire video. So, remember to leave a like, subscribe to my YouTube channel and Twitch channel, and visit the channel of CreepCast. And I'll see you guys on